In the landscape of figure photography, one group strived for tangible and dynamic displays.
No time to explain, get in the rows!
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Bug. Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. As days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is filmed in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers just like you through super chats, donations, merch, and simply just by viewing. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Bug Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode, I don't know, 399.9?
0.7.
0.7, 399.7.
Feels like we're some fucking radio hosts. So thank you for listening to 399.7.
Right. I'm your host, Bug Nice. Got my boy with me, Rick Dom, 2345. D Walt should be joining us shortly. Pancheezy is with us in astral form. Yeah, we're trying to stick to a script this evening and surgically strike.
No,
Walter's here, actually.
Poncho, if you can hear us, David is here.
He
and
is.
He has clothes on, I swear to God.
But yeah, start with your week. Rick, how has your week been? Anything of note that you need to tell us about?
No, very, very lax week. Very, very lax week. I didn't make it to the Wednesday episode with Chamba and Kevin because I was feeling a little under the weather.
Got it.
Sicky poo.
Yeah, besides that, I've been all right. Nothing of note. Nothing of note.
Okay.
I can think of at least.
D-Wall, how about you? How was your past week?
Fellas, the week was good. Had some highs, had some lows, had some good times. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was all about the friends we made along the way and all that shit.
No doubt.
Good. Got in a couple of goodies this week. I finally got this ugly mofo in.
Jesus Christ. How much you pay for this thing, man?
Hey, hold up, though. Well, you know he's a 2-pack. He comes with a friend. I actually was able to get these from a buddy of mine that I've done a couple trades with. I got them loose, and I think it was like $35.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah, can't beat that. And then got this delicious looking morsel, even though I said I wasn't going to get this.
Did you get it for a good deal?
I did. Got it for like 25.
Okay.
I still haven't picked up that. I didn't double back for that yet, but
yeah. And I told y'all what I was going to do with this, right? I'm going to use this and do like a hold on, it's going to track. So I'm going to use this on my burner A.C.B.A. account, and this will help you figure out who I am on my burner account. I'm going to say that this is a fat dude who's on Ozempic. And so this is a little gag, something I got cooking over here.
That's Kingpin for sure.
Yeah. But outside of that, man, busy week with work, getting ready I'm going to be in Louisville, Kentucky next week. So if there are any A.C.B.A.ers that are in the Louisville, Kentucky area and want to grab some bourbon with your boy, just holla at me.
Who is in Kentucky? I don't even think
anybody in Louisville. Come on.
Nobody.
I don't think we do.
I may try to kick it and find like a cool Trump rally or something to go to. That'll be good.
Oh God.
Why not? I can get my Black Klansman on.
I think the closest person to that, and it's still really far, is Robo, and he's in Arkansas.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
Yeah, Pizza Joe. We're
Okay.
making the slow march to 400. He's like, y'all making the slow march to 400, man.
My week was uneventful. Nothing crazy happened. Wednesday was like the peak of the week. I did quite a bit on Wednesday. Had physical therapy and a bunch of other things going on. So,
Oh, man.
How's
um,
your new robotic arm doing? Are you like all tapped in? You good? You able to fire missiles from that shit? You good?
I am realizing that physical therapy is very difficult and that I don't have full function. Um,
Really?
but it is what it is. Like I said, like I told you guys in private, it's better than it was, and I do feel stronger every day. I am getting better,
Slow
but yes,
march.
this right hand is fucked.
Oh no. Who did this? What's his name?
I know. Crazy.
But yeah, just on a flyby on a regular day, you wouldn't really be able to tell. I can tell because I'm limited in shit that I could do. But
I
Mm.
but yeah,
mean, I could never tell at Comic Con. I never looked at your
yeah,
hand and was like, damn, his shit look fucked up or nothing.
yeah, nah. But if you take a close look again, then you could definitely see. But yeah, like I said, my week was uneventful. Nothing really crazy. I guess we had some crazy news though. If you guys want
Man,
to jump right
a lot of
That was
Hasbro
actually
news.
that was a
Crazy.
news filled week, actually.
Yeah.
into it.
Um,
Where you want to begin?
where to begin? Like, do you want to start with the most like crazy, unexpected news and talk about Lenny's departure from Hasbro?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about Lenny. Let me see if I can screen share here. So, if you don't know, Lenny, who I don't even know what his title was, but apparently he's been working for Hasbro for 20 years, which I did not know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
He listed out all the franchises he worked on, and I was like, damn, you worked on hella shit.
Yeah, that's
What the
crazy.
hell?
20 years, 2 decades with one company. And correct me if I'm wrong, but like he chose to walk away, right?
Yeah,
Or at least
absolutely.
that
stay.
seems to be the case. I mean, we don't really know the internal politics, I guess, but why he would choose to walk away at like I don't know. Actually, thinking about it, GI Joe came out with the 6-inch line and did numbers and did great things, and he was obviously integral in that whole situation. So to kind of bounce out, why GI Joe is kind of still on a high a little bit, I guess, kind of is good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
the.
But
I don't,
Brad
go ahead.
Brad told me that he I which I didn't know that this other guy that was like running the GI Joe line with him left
Mhm.
last year to Boss Fight Studios,
Mm.
and
I thought
like it was
we
like a
knew
poaching situation.
was it like the dude who was kind of like gothy? I thought that we knew that dude left.
No, 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 no. That was a
No,
minute ago.
yeah,
But he's
that
gone
was
too,
that guy was on Star Wars, but yeah, he's gone as well. Sadly, we don't get to see his incredible rings and
right? Yeah.
Right.
That's what you know
jewelries and
exactly what I'm talking
accoutrements.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we were robbed
here's,
of that.
here's Lenny's post, though. It says, after 20 incredible years, I'm stepping away from Hasbro and on to a new adventure with Boss Fight Studio, a decision that felt right for me and my family. It's hard to put into words what this chapter has meant to me from early days on Spider Man to time on Transformers and ultimately helping bring G.I. Joe Classified to life. The design work was always special to me, but the people made it unforgettable. I've had the privilege of working alongside some truly talented, passionate creators. To everyone who's been with G.I. Joe Classified, you've made this something bigger. Your passion, your deep knowledge, your feedback, the call outs, it all mattered more than you probably realize. It pushed us to dig deeper and make the line better. I'm going to miss being a part of the community, but well, you're not going to not be a part of the community.
Yeah, you
But
still
I'm
is, man.
pumped for what's ahead with Boss Fight Studio. The chance to build new worlds, push ideas, and create in a way I haven't before. There's a lot I've been wanting to explore, and I can't wait to bring it to life. Excited for what's ahead and the opportunity to build something new with Boss Fight. Proud of what we created together. on to the next chapter. So that was
Yeah,
Lenny
that's
on his personal account
yeah.
at Weather Dominator. And yeah, doesn't seem like it was um, what's the term for when it's a bad split? Um,
That's a
It was
very
amicable for sure. It sounds like.
right, and it was amicable. Yeah,
yeah,
See,
that's a very thoughtful message. Very well stated. It's very well constructed and hopeful. So I always, and I know that I don't know. I was a fan of the line, but I also was a fan of that team. Like I
yeah,
felt like of the product teams, as much as I fuck with Dan and as much as I love Dwight and as much as I love Ryan when he was there, I just really liked this GI Joe team, like him
hmm
and Emily and their banter, and you could tell that they had a true love of the line.
100%. Yep.
And so it made each one of their like GI Joe Pulse live streams like must watch, and that was just really cool to me, man. And so you hate to see him go. It'll be interesting to see what the new team or who fills in to fill that void because somebody who's been in the industry for 20 years, it will leave a big void on that team. And I know he was super active in the classified line
hmm
because he knew the brand really well and was able to get, in my opinion, able to get us some really cool shit in hand.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll see.
What does Boss Fight have right now? What do they have over there?
They have a lot of random shit. They got
Are they the
they
ones that did one of those Ninja Turtle Garfields?
yeah, they're the ones that did
Yes.
they have Garfield. They have Hellboy. Those are like the really expensive like Hellboy figures where
Mm-hmm.
everybody's like, "Damn, why y'all charging this much?" That's Boss Fight.
Okay.
They're the people that do hacks.
Yes. Okay. The
You
Hacks
have
line.
that.
Yes. Okay.
HAC adds
Um,
a period in between each letter.
Yeah. Yeah.
yep, yep. And I'm trying to think what else. I'm sure that there's more. Oh yeah, they do Conan as well. They do Conan. They do that brand Court
The
of the
Barbarian
Dead.
or Conan the Late Night Tacos.
Conan the Immortal Barbarian.
All right, just checking.
Could you imagine, dude, if they did a fucking Conan O'Brien action figure?
Some
I
people would
I
buy
have
it.
known it.
Like
Yeah,
that would
people, guess what? I'm people. I would do it.
Doesn't he have
Um,
a character, like a recurring character that he does that is also like a superhero that he's
he
done a bit?
does. Yeah.
Before?
I
Yeah.
think you're right.
Yeah. They also do Popeye. They do some wrestling stuff. They have a lot of shit. They have a lot going on, and maybe they're gonna have even more going on, and
Oh,
that's why
that's
they
right. They
wanted
had
them.
those cool little Popeye figures too. That's right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a lot.
All right. Well,
Um.
safe travels to you, Lenny. If you get a chance to see this, man, you were loved in the community. And like Book commented in your write up, 100% you will still be a part of this community. And we will always show love to you. And hopefully, you get a chance to get a drink with you at this year's Comic Con.
Oh yeah.
And also, looking at that pic earlier of him next to Sergeant Slaughter,
mhm.
either Lenny is huge
No,
or
Lenny's pretty huge. Close.
the G.I. Joe animated series really did a good job of making me feel like Sergeant Slaughter was a fucking beast when I was a kid. Because in my mind, Sergeant Slaughter's like 7 feet tall and just all muscle and yolk. And him and
Yeah.
Lenny
Lenny's a pretty big dude, which
is he?
is funny
Yeah,
because
he's big. He's big.
you
He's a
should
big
go
guy.
ahead and put a certain somebody in a fucking headlock now.
Yeah. Oh, Poncho. Boss Fight Studios also had their own Ninja Turtles Garfield. I'm surprised you don't remember. Everybody was like, "How the fuck are they both doing Ninja
At the
Turtles
same
Garfield
time, right?
at the same time?"
Yeah.
They do have one. He's just not out yet.
Yeah, it was a funny little moment because the reason I know that is because Robo, who say he don't know, but he actually knows a lot, pointed it out that there were two Ninja Turtle Garfields, and he was like, "What universe are we living in right now that this is happening?" This Conan looks actually really, really good.
This actually looks pretty good. Yeah,
What is this 6-inch scale?
looks like it.
Yeah.
This Conan
Well,
actually,
Conan, yeah.
this Conan would actually look perfect with what team was that in Marvel where it was like Punisher,
I think it was like Savage Avengers or something
Savage
like that.
Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Conan would look really good with your Marvel Legends to make a Savage Avengers team.
Oh wow, some really good points being made here. So, Pizza Dough to Go said that goth guy Corey did in fact say that he left to Boss Fight, and that's where like the poaching was coming from. I think. Well, not poaching.
Aha.
Kind of you have a friend on the inside. And Kevin made a good. I didn't know this. Kevin said the boss fight is in Massachusetts, so these guys can take that job and not have to relocate somewhere
Oh
crazy.
shit. Okay, so yeah, this was clearly this was economically sound for Lenny for sure. That's what that's about.
It sounds like Boss Fight Studios hit them with the Birdman meme when they saw that they were moving the boss, and they were like, "Oh, really?
Who can we take with us?
Yeah,
we go. You want to stay here and not have to relocate your whole family? Hello, like
Oh wait, Boss Fight did this Red Sonja figure as well. Okay, all right, they doing some things over there.
That was hacks.
That's the same.
It's the same
same shit.
Yes, it is Epic Hacks. So Epic Hacks is like a subline under Boss Fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Epic Hacks.
I didn't know that. I'm also a customer. Looky there. Well, in that case, then shit's about to get crazy because this Red Sonja made my like top 10 for 2025. So yeah, and that shit is nice, like nice.
So you had it, you didn't even know what company it was from.
I just anybody can get this bread. Come get it. But now that also makes me think that I may want to fuck with that Conan because I still never opened up my Mezco Conan. And so
go for good money. You could sell that one and buy this one.
You could just sell the Mezco Conan because it's definitely going for good money.
Oh yeah, they also did Fraggle Rock.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot. Somebody was on here with us and they were like, they made Fraggle Rock?
That was me.
That was you. Okay.
When we were talking about the Muppets.
Yeah,
so let me
throw that on you.
Let me find out I fuck with Boss Fight. All right, I know we're on a tight schedule tonight.
Yeah, all right. Where we want to go next in terms of news? We want to jump into this Hasbro shit?
Let's talk about the Hasbro. There's so much
let's do Hasbro next. Everybody's losing a job or leaving a job. You leave a job. You leave a job. Yeah, this was also very No, it's not. Well, wait, hold on. I'm missing up my brands. I thought we were going to talk about in terms of losing jobs, Marvel layoffs.
Yeah, let's do the Marvel layoffs. That's fine.
Yeah, let's segue to Marvel
layoffs. Where was that story originally? I don't know.
Shit. You can find it on like Vanity Fair and stuff like that. It's like a big thing.
Look, Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
That shit was pretty big.
Lago put it up on his page.
Lago? I don't know.
You don't normally put that type of news.
Nah, I wouldn't have been there. I could probably find something.
He's a family man. He don't want to make it sad.
Hilarious. Where would I go? I think Pornhub did an article on it.
Excuse me?
What?
Can you open that article?
What'd you say? Who? While you look that up, I watched it also may have been because I've had a really long week and I've had like really long days and I was up watching this at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. But I watched No Way Home for the second time yesterday. Normally I've just watched like clips and shit. Like I normally watch like my favorite scene, and that is the Andrew Garfield saving MJ. And then he's like, "Are you all right?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Are you all right?" And he nods. I've seen that scene like 50 times. But I rewatched because they just put it back on Disney Plus. And so I rewatched that shit last night. And do you know, I got like choked up on the end when Peter is telling them that they're gonna forget him. And then he's talking to like MJ and Ned, and that shit just really hit different last night.
Some old dad shit just happening to you. It's cool.
That to their credit, that was just a very, you know what it is? We've been very, very, very fortunate in the Spider-Man movies that whatever it is with that casting, but all of those Spider-Men end up like for real, like hooking up with their Mary Janes or their MJs in real life. And so the chemistry and just like you can tell that Ned, the guy who plays Ned, and Tom Holland are like friends. You can also tell that like him and Zendaya have like a real like relationship. And so that scene just hits hard for whatever reason. And I saw this in the theater, and that didn't really move me, and neither did Aunt May's death. Neither of those scenes moved me in the theater. Aunt May's death still didn't move me last night either. But that scene with him saying, "Y'all are gonna forget me," and she was like, "You better come find me," and blah blah blah, and all of that shit. That shit was a really good scene, and I kudos to them. So that has piqued my interest more for a Brand New Day, even more than it already was.
All right, let's
Yeah,
see.
that movie
That
aged
was me
really
buying
well.
you some time to find the article, Mr. Nice. That's all I got. That's all my rambling.
Yes. I guess it's there is an article here on Gizmodo. Let's see.
Yes, Tyree Marquise. I wouldn't say No Way Home was trash because the movie's not trash, but it 100% is nostalgia bait, like 1,000%. And to me, the movie doesn't really like pick up for real until the other Spider-Men show up. Like they leaned too hard into making all of that shit that happened all Spider-Man's fault because he's doing some like very sus moves. And I guess they're selling it because he's supposed to be like a kid, that he's doing a bunch of dumb kid shit. But I'm like, bro, if you go back and really watch that shit, like Aunt May dying is 100% his fault. Like 1,000% his fault.
Hmm.
So much
So
so that it's kind of like uncomfortable where it's like, damn, bro, you like, why did you just send these motherfuckers home? Like you have no attachments to these dudes and you could have just sent them home at any point, and these dudes like murked your aunt. And so, yeah, but some good
yeah.
scenes. All right, found it. Let's go. Let's get back to the business.
So Disney's massive layoffs have seemingly hit Marvel hard. About 1,000 people are facing layoffs at Disney, with Marvel Studios reportedly facing big cuts that include almost wiping out its visual development team. As Disney prepares to woo movie theater owners and press at its CinemaCon panel this Thursday, new CEO Josh D'Amaro sent an email to employees announcing a sweeping wave of layoffs across all Disney divisions. As the dust still begins to settle, it seems one area that has been hit hard is Marvel Studios. Deadline reports that Disney layoffs, anticipated to have cut around 1,000 jobs across the company, have led to roughly 8% reduction in staff at Marvel. While these layoffs are broadly impacting each area of Marvel at both of its offices in New York and Burbank, running the gamut of cuts to its comics publisher, to Marvel Studios, to legal and financial departments, and more. One area reportedly hit significantly by layoffs is one with Marvel Studios' most enduring teams, its visual development team. So yeah, that's the big thing, is that there was a picture floating around of like some office that had like some visual art, some graphic or something like that, and like the person that tweeted it, I guess, was saying, "Oh, this is crazy. I'm having a meeting and getting laid off in the room where I did the like
Yeah.
art for the room or something like that." So,
Yeah.
um, what's that about? What's going on there, Rick?
Yeah, we have a new CEO, right? So he
Yeah.
probably had to come in and look really good. And what's a better way than saving 8% in a year and just being like, "Hey, they're all gone." And it wasn't just, and although the brunt of it was the visuals department, the comic department lost a lot of editors. I'm hearing as well. The only thing they kept was just the story and the writers and the artists is for what I'm hearing. That
Yeah.
everything else was gutted.
Another thing, and I know this is gonna make P's blood boil, but another thing that may be impacting this is
Mhm.
AI. Like they may
Yes.
found out that some of those jobs could be completed by AI because, as we know, a lot of these movie studios are using generative AI to do like scripts and graphic design and a lot of these other things. So that could be a huge part of it.
Mm-hmm.
As 8%,
Absolutely.
you are a $1 billion company, is a lot of fucking money. So being
Yeah,
able
there's a
to
lot of.
say that I can save 8% for people that would like be in here doing the art, and I can also in their mind save time and money by having computers do this shit or AI do this shit. It's a cold game out here. But again,
And
this
then
is all
still hitting
speculation.
the market crazy when these big movies drop and doing crazy ticket sales, and like, it's it's all money. It's all a money making machine at
Yep.
that point. They're not losing anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I laugh when they say like, do you know that people like lambasted She-Hulk? And as Rick said earlier, me being people, and She-Hulk was actually like one of their higher performing MCU shows in terms of
Yeah.
like views and shit. But to them, because it wasn't like I don't know what metric they use to show financial success, but to them, because it wasn't a financial success, they aren't bringing, and of course the problems they had with the actress, but they aren't bringing that shit back. And it's just funny to me is what is deemed as a flop in the MCU and to Disney, because at this point in the game, and I know we've said this on here before, Disney is pretty much competing against themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like when those numbers come out, like another example is Thunderbolts. Like Thunderbolts made back what it cost to produce the movie and to market it, but because it wasn't like $1 billion smash, they viewed Thunderbolts as like a flop. And so it's kind of they've kind of become like a product. Their L's have become a product of their own success.
Right.
Because it's engaging everything against Endgame and Infinity War, which is a weird thing to do because that shit was literally 10 years in the making. So
are you looking at this fucking shit? Look at this. I've never seen this before in my life.
What is that? Is that like somebody made a scaled like Star Wars world?
I guess. Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Is this like an amusement park or is this somebody's backyard?
No. My big sci-fi Star Wars play area, nowhere near finished yet.
This dude, where do you live?
Play what? Jesus, what are you, billionaire? What's going on here? How you got this kind of space?
Like
Jesus Christ.
And is he like, I guess he's a dial builder himself and he's making all of this shit?
Must be.
Probably. I mean, that's the only cost-effective way to do something like this. You know, David, it's funny that you're talking about the metrics and these companies and what they do, because earlier this year, when Dakota Incident came out and everybody was rallying behind that and wanting to make it a success, which it was, sold out everywhere the first day, that is when we found out that DC Comics' metrics are complete bullshit. Do you know, David, that it doesn't matter? Do you know that it doesn't matter if next week Absolute Wonder Woman completely sells out everywhere, like it's unable to be found, it's reselling, people going crazy? Do you know that doesn't matter? That to them, what matters was that you personally went into the comic shop and pre-ordered the book 2 months ago. They only count those pre-orders. They do not count anything after the fact. How crazy is that? To the point now where on their socials every week, they put up a checklist like, hey, these pre-orders are closing this week, go do it, because they're letting everybody know, like, we do not count. Like, yeah, it's great that the Dakota Incident sold out, but that doesn't mean anything. You guys didn't pre-order it. So go pre-order it, because it doesn't mean anything to us that it's like the hottest book this week, that it's sold out everywhere. How ridiculous is that? How fucking crazy is that?
That is wild. I don't understand that.
Because why would you not measure the metrics of like hype and FOMO of releasing a book that like somebody may not have known about in the moment or at the time of pre-order, but now why are you not tracking the sales post once? Because what if the book is like an unknown and then it takes off once people start reading it? That's stupid.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's absurd, man. They just started like this past week where they put the list on their story like, hey, these pre-orders are closing this week, go order them at your comic shop, because none of us knew that was their metric. Like, we didn't know that we needed to pre-order these books for it to mean anything to DC. But to them, it doesn't matter that we buy it on the week of. It's crazy.
Like, we're hearing, or at least I'm hearing this now for the first time, and I think Boog, you're hearing this for the first time. But what we have been hearing for a long time is how the comic industry is struggling.
Yeah.
So if this is the business model that they're following, but we've been hearing for years that the comic industry is struggling, hello.
Yeah.
This could be
it. Yeah, see, Spital, that's the truth. That's how they think about it. He's saying that in the comic industry, you have to be a hit 3 months before people even know about it. Dude, that's what they're saying.
That's
like
stupid.
that you have to be a hit before it even releases, before anybody knows about it. It's madness. Like, what the hell? That's crazy,
then how
man.
does a book like remember when, and this is gonna be a throwback, but remember when Fable was like, wasn't it called Fable? That book where it had like the dude with the antlers and shit. Remember when was it Fable? Is that what that shit was called?
No, you're talking about Saga?
I don't remember the name of that.
Yes, Saga.
I know what you're talking about.
But remember, was it out and everybody was like, yeah, it was Saga, right? The little goat man and like the woman.
I don't know the name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I never read it. But I remember when that comic was like all the rage and it won the like Eisner Award and all of that shit. But like, how if that using that mentality would have never made that comic a success because it was a
Yeah.
brand new property. So it's
absolutely.
interesting.
Yeah, and like I understand what Pancho's saying. He's saying, how can they possibly track the numbers across thousands of independent comic book stores? They have no control over pre-orders. Are the only number they can track? No. Yeah, but I mean, you got people working this in that industry for. Like people can't look at the numbers, what people are reordering, what people are asking for, because you can do that when you place your orders. It's I don't know. I do understand what you're saying though. Obviously, it's like the easiest way to do it,
But I
but
also
it's a
don't
shame.
understand how they can't track after the fact because the comic shops aren't manufacturing their own books in house. So you have to then go back and place a re-up order, or you have to like track what somebody's putting on their pull list. So there is a way to track that information and those metrics after the fact. So
Yeah,
that's
there has to be.
weird to me.
Yeah, and yeah, this is another thing too. Brian said digital sales don't count either, and there aren't many online sellers. Yeah, that's crazy. The way that they work like is absurd. I don't.
Hold on a second, Bull.
That's crazy.
Scroll up for a second to that Punisher and Spider-Man picture. All right, I know I was talking shit about Punisher today. That's a hard ass cover.
Yeah,
Who's gonna recreate that? Somebody
That
get on it.
it is fire.
yeah, that is dope.
Somebody needs the A.C.B.A. the fuck out of that because that is fire.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
nice.
this is
All
crazy.
right,
All
what
right,
we got next? I know we're on a timeline. We're on a time
Yeah,
crunch.
let's get to Hasbro. We talked the layoffs. We talked the ridiculousness of these industries. Let's talk Hasbro.
Ridiculousness.
Okay, so Hasbro had a live stream on Tuesday of this past week or of this week. And it was their second live stream of 2026 so far? I don't even know.
I want to say yes.
I don't
Say
know.
this is the second.
Maybe. Was...
Yeah, April 14th, this past Tuesday. And we had already discussed what we knew was going to be coming based on the leaks and everything. And those leaks were 100% accurate because we got this wave that was kind of like a smorgasbord of characters and team completions and what have you. Like there is no real cohesiveness to this wave, but I don't mind that. I like that actually.
Yeah, I do too. I prefer mixed waves like this also because it's kind of something for everybody.
Right.
I would prefer that they did this on. Well, I don't know. Would you prefer that they did this on non-Build-A-Figure waves, or is this the way to do it?
I think on a Build-A-Figure wave it makes the most sense because you're not obligated to do anything here. Like you pick and choose what you want. If you want that Build-A-Figure, then you'll get all the individual figures. But if you were really like, just X-Men collector or just an Avengers guy or like Spider-Man related stuff, whatever you want to do, then the world is
that's the opposite though. Like, why not do a smorgasbord? Good word, by the way. Why not do a smorgasbord on the like single carded ones so that way I can pick and choose what I want?
True.
But I understand it from a business standpoint. You should do a smorgasbord. That's pretty fun to say all night. You should do that on a mixed wave like this because it kind of forces your hand to buy them all because you want the Build-A-Figure. But Box is, I'm an Alpha Flight fan, and even I think Box is a weak Build-A-Figure draw for a lot of people.
I mean, it's kind of a weak Build-A-Figure, but it also makes sense as a Build-A-Figure though. Like, I mean, like it still kind of makes sense. But
nobody's buying that shit as a single deluxe release. So this is the wave.
Right. This is the way to do it. But yeah, in this wave we had Outback Psylocke, so we getting very close to completing the X-Men Outback team. We got Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider.
Controversy.
Obviously there's no Hellcharger, but Dan did mention that the possibility of them trying to figure out the Hellcharger is still on the table, and they're figuring it out basically. How similar is this to what they were gonna release prior? I don't even remember.
That's it.
This is it.
That's it. The only thing that they didn't include, which never mind. Yeah, the only thing that they haven't included is the human Robbie Reyes head.
Mm.
But wait, there's more. Do you know why they didn't include the Robbie Reyes head in this?
Why?
You know why.
Why?
You know why. Because when they released the Hell Charger, my nigga, guess what it's coming with?
Right.
Powered down Robbie Reyes. And the only way to get him is to buy the Hell Charger, or as a bonus of buying the Hell Charger, you get that head.
Right.
So, because know for a fact, brother, and I was going to try to write it up, but I'll just talk through it. Somebody in the chat, do the math on this real quick. Because once Mephisto releases, because we've already done the pre-order from Mephisto, but once Mephisto releases, every character that was a tier with the Hell Charger has now been released. So you have Damian Hellstrom, even though it's not that exact version of Madeline Pryor.
We got the 97 Madeline Pryor.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
So factor that in. We got Mephisto as a made to order through Hasbro, and now we just got Robbie Reyes. The only thing we're missing is the head of the powered down.
Forgot about Son of Satan. They released him as well.
I said him, Damian Hellstrom.
You did say you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody run the numbers on that real quick. $27.99 for Damian Hellstrom, $27.99 for Madeline Pryor, $27.99 now for Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. Whatever the cost of Mephisto is, because
was like a buck, I think.
So add all of that shit up, and then deduct that from the price of whatever the Hell Charger was.
What was the Hell Charger?
Huh? The Hell Charger $350.
They wanted $350, right?
Yeah, $350 all in. So are we winning, or does the model, like I have always said, because this is not a crowd fund, does the model work because they realized that the ends did not justify the means to run this shit out the way that they did because the interest wasn't there? They still released all those figures anyway and just broke them up. People bought them, and not people, stores pre-ordered those waves and gave them their money up front, whether they sold or not. Hasbro didn't care once they hit Target, Amazon, whatever. And they released Mephisto and did it in a way where they didn't have to produce anything because it was a pre-order, one that you paid your money up front. And there's now still the fact that Dan said there's a possibility you may see the Hell Charger. That's just planting the seed to pique interest, knowing that they already have a plan to release the Hell Charger.
I think they're gonna do Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, doing the quick math, the only way we win, like truly win, is if this Hell Charger comes out for $199.
Why would
because it says it. So when I did the math on all those numbers, without the figures, the Hell Charger was $238. Just the Hell Charger with nothing else, $238. So if it's $199, we won by waiting out. If it's like $225 before tax or shipping, then we're just cutting even, I guess.
I think what we're gonna see is a program with some riders. Like I think they're gonna revitalize a riders type thing, and we'll probably get the horse for my man that was in the execution of Build a Figure Wave. We'll probably get the Hell Charger. They'll probably revive a riders type deal in some way, but made to order directly through Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do the horse still, because like I said, do you sell the horse single? And then that's weird. But I don't know how they do that. But
it might be some situation where it's like a Mythic Legions type deal where there's some interchangeable parts and they get like some cool reuse out of a white horse, and maybe they'll do Pegasus or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
They're gonna capitalize on it, whatever they do.
Hey, Just Jim 22. I was saying I told you so 4 years ago anyway. In the chat, he was like, dude, been waiting 4 years just to say I told you so. I've been saying I told you so since the Hell Charger didn't fund.
Definitely said the same thing from the very beginning. But yeah, so that was Robbie Reyes. We'll see how that unfolds, what happens there. I don't know. But yeah, then we got Ultimate Wolverine. I honestly wasn't even up on this design, but I mean,
nice.
Yeah, it looks cool though. I do think it looks cool.
I'm not getting
it.
Yeah, he does have a big ass head.
He's probably going to be the one without the Build-A-Figure part in the wave, right?
He is.
Probably.
Yeah, he is. They already showed it.
We finally going to get Dark Hawkeye, so we are getting very close to having a official kind of Dark Avengers team in this new age of Hasbro. And
That quiver's bullshit. They got to get it together, man.
then Force Work.
What's wrong, Nicholas?
Man, that's the quiver from like a 2012 movie Hawkeye.
Oh, is it?
Still.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Sure
Oh, it is the mechanical joint that Clint uses in the movie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
What the
terrible.
hell? What are you
That
on?
was with the very first Hawkeye release from the MCU.
Sure was.
Yeah, this sucks.
That's great. That's
And they
so-
didn't use that same
shit
bow for
sucks.
everybody. That's the same bow that came with Danny Moonstar, that came with Yondu.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God damn.
Terrible. But yeah, then we got Force Works US Agent, which was definitely the only way you're going to sell this figure, really. Even though I do feel like people like Force Works and shit and want to complete teams. So, from that perspective, it's cool. But I do not really love Force Works or this design.
I hate this figure.
And then we got an updated Lady Deadpool. Looks like she is on the Black Widow body. So that's really nice. This should be a very fun figure.
I wish I cared about this character because this figure looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great. It's probably one of the best figures out of this wave, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
don't
nice.
care about her.
And
Marina.
then we got Marina of Alpha Flight in the same wave as Box, who is the Build-A-Figure, which is great. So you get to round out your Alpha Flight, even though your other single characters from that box set
Are outdated.
way back when are outdated as fuck right now.
Is that the same body for Marina that I can't remember off the top of my head? Is this the same body for Namorita?
Her
swimsuit?
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I do realize that every figure in this wave is penless, though.
No, this is completely different. That's 100% new. That like torso. I'm sure the limbs are reused, but the hands, the feet, and the whole torso is all new. Namorita has absolutely zero sculpt.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to finish off Alpha Flight. I'll go ahead and mix and match the old with the new because the likelihood that they'll redo any of those figures is very low. I told you all this, but I'm going to show restraint. I did not pre-order this wave.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did pre-order this wave.
Interesting.
Only because I have I got a feeling that I don't know, some of these things might end up being sought after.
The only one that I think is going to be sought after is probably going to be the Psylocke.
Dark Hawkeye is going to be one that people are going to really get. The Wolverine,
I don't know.
Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, just because of the FOMO of it all, and you definitely want to have the powered up Ghost Rider if we end up getting a Hell Charger down the line or whatever. So
I'm a counter your point, not to be a contrarian, but we're podcasting. The reason I passed on this is I'm starting to look at what is going to pop and what's going to sell out differently. And what I'm using as my gauge are the last two Build-A-Figure waves of damn it, David, the mindless one, and of his name isn't Holocaust anymore. What's his new name? Nemesis. And Blade, who is a much more popular character, in my opinion, than anybody in this wave, went to Ollie's.
I mean, yeah, Blade is a popular character, but that figure sucked. It wasn't still not the proper best Blade that we could get. It's not.
It's the best Blade we have currently.
Yeah, it is, but like we going back to like 2000 and I don't know 13 or some shit where his arms couldn't even go down to the side properly.
I mean, that's all of that's most of them in those coats. You know who else went to Ollie's? Luke Cage.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
What Luke Cage?
In the money.
The tiara one, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, classic Luke Cage. I mean, listen,
Luke Cage.
also we talking about black characters. Like, you already know how that goes. So.
But I'm saying that whole entire, I'm just using them because they're popular. And yes, there are black characters that I know how that goes. But both of those waves, brother, didn't sell well. Like, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm starting to rethink once we start tiptoeing into like waves that are built. Can you pull that wave back up again? Out of this wave, bro, you got to recognize that most everybody here, you're now tiptoeing into like C and D list levels of popularity with these.
I mean,
some of them are even E, brother.
Like, you really like you're looking at it through the lens of like a nerd, like you know these comics and you know these characters. I'm starting to let like reality set in a little bit with my shopping and factored in with the price. There was a time when like these being $19 on the shelf, I may jump out there and fuck with this person because I remember this.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the pricing definitely plays a big part in it for sure. Like, you not, yeah, you know, back in the in the Toy Biz days, it was nothing for you to be like, yeah, I'm copping the whole wave. I'm copping two of the whole wave. Yeah. Like, of course, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So through that lens now, looking at this wave as a whole, even with this Wolverine, my brother, because you were like, I don't really know who this Wolverine is. I don't really know this version of Wolverine like this. As someone who's casually just walking through the toy aisle, like, how many collectors are in your neck of the wood that's going to hit up all your Targets or your Walmarts or whatever and buy all of these up in abundance as they walk through and see this Build-A-Figure wave at $30 each? Nothing here, in my opinion, is like a sellout draw.
Yeah, no. I mean, just looking at it on shelf, Lady Deadpool will pop out to people, and maybe Ghost Rider and shit, and maybe Wolverine. But like, just looking at it as just a little kid or just some casual or something like that, yeah, nah, for sure. All right. So yeah, that was that wave. It did already go up for pre-order. Doesn't look like it really sold out anywhere. Probably not even on Hasbro Pulse. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe a couple of individual characters might have sold out. Like again, like Lady Deadpool.
While you move on to the next thing.
But they also during the same stream showed off some more stuff that we knew that was coming in Marvel Rivals figures. And this is like a wave, but you know, it's not a Build-A-Figure wave or anything like that. We got Venom, which looks very close to the design for Matt Gargan Venom.
Oh yeah.
Which is cool. So maybe you could do a little, you know, fudging it if you really wanted to. But clearly these are the video game designs. We've got beefed up Punisher. Again, these are all from the video game Marvel Rivals. The Punisher they had actually already showed off the day before. A shot of him from behind. Dan had showed that off, so that was already circulating. We knew that was coming. This Moon Knight was kind of a surprise, at least in terms of the engineering, the design of this cape. So that was pretty cool. This character, I keep forgetting what her name is. What's her name?
Thirst Trap.
That's Luna, I think.
Luna Snow.
Luna. Okay, so we got her. Was she created specifically for this game, or what's
no? She wasn't. She was in the books before, but she was pretty obscure.
Yeah, I thought that she was made just for this game. Is that wrong? Because she's like
that is
like Dazzler, right?
Yeah, that is wrong. She was in books before, just very obscure.
Okay,
that is a deep pull.
And they did lean on her like she wasn't a more obscure character for sure.
All right, because she was like one of the premier like rollouts of the first like lineup of characters, right?
Yeah, it was a very early misconception with this game. Everybody's like, "Wow, they created this character," and then like a lot of people that read books were like, "Nah, man, she's always existed. Look at this."
Cats was like, "Read a comic, you noob." I get it.
But yeah, Punisher and Moon Knight are single carded, I guess, kind of like deluxe figures, if I'm not mistaken. And they went up or go up for pre-order on April 22nd. Luna and Spider-Man are a 2-pack, and they go up on May 13th. Um, and then that Venom that I showed off first is actually in a 2-pack with Jeff the Shark here. Which where's the packaging? I need a picture of this packaging because that Jeff the Shark is fucking
I don't know
ridiculously
what
big.
where they-
Like,
oh
They
yeah.
why is
made
he that
him
large?
really
Is he that
big.
large in the game?
They made him no, and they
No.
made him really. They made him really big. For what reason? They gave him no articulation.
Yeah, that's weird. He's straight paperweight.
So strange.
Yeah, he's not that big in the game. He's bigger than the Jeff the Land Shark pack in that we got with Shikala. I think that's how you say her name. But he's not as big as like Lockjaw. I think he's a little bit. This is a little bit smaller than their Lockjaw, but he looks crazy because there's no articulation. Doesn't Blockies have a version of Jeff the Land Shark that is like actually articulated, Rick?
Yeah, and I think it comes with like swap out faces and stuff like that.
And Blockies also has this same Moon Knight, and people are saying that the Blockies version looks better than the as good as the Legends version. Did I do you play Rivals, Rick?
Absolutely not. But I watched the boys play, like Vince and Cap Lives and all them. But I've never played. That's just too much for me.
Yeah, yo, same my astigmatism, brother.
Yeah, I cannot keep track. They're playing the game and they're like, "Oh shit, we got somebody over here." Like, how the fuck are you seeing this, dog? What is going on?
He said the same shit to my son. He be in there playing that shit late at night on the weekend, and I be like, "How do you know what's going on?" All I hear is a bunch of random noises, character emotes, and shit flying all around the screen.
Yeah, this is a young man's game, man. We're old.
For sure.
We can't keep up. I'm like, man, what are you guys playing?
But I want them to keep playing it because I like seeing it. I like the designs from the game, and the pit of people they can pull from is bottomless. So
and you know what? It is popular, so it's
Yeah.
a good sign, I think.
Yeah. So good on you for anybody who wants these. I am going to get that Punisher. You can judge me all you want, but I'm gonna try to do a head swap with it and put. I love how shit just be available when I go to talk about it. I'm gonna put this Crossbones.
You muted yourself.
Facial expressions, huh?
No, I was saying you muted yourself for a second.
Okay.
You're good now.
Myself again. I'm gonna put this Crossbones head on there so that I can make like a swole Crossbones.
There is big ass versions of Crossbones, although he's mostly normal. There is big ass versions of him.
Yeah, but because this isn't enough. Like this is. I got the other one around. I got all three of them somewhere, but I want to just see. And if it pops and I like it, I'm gonna keep it. But if not, I'll just sell it.
You know what? I do want to break out the other versions to see the different sizes, since I got the new one too. But one final tease here from the live stream was this effect. I don't know. It could be so many different things. I don't know. It could be a Daredevil effect. It could be a Havoc effect. It could be, I don't know. It could be quite a few different things. It could be for Professor X. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. You ready?
What?
Mark, remember, you heard it here first. Maybe other people have said it too. This is going to be. It's upside down. This is not a Daredevil effect because we've already seen what the Daredevil effect that does this looks like on the Secret Wars Daredevil. So that's already a thing. This isn't going to be for Professor Xavier because we've seen what his looks like too. This is going to be a base because it's upside down. And the reason it's going to be a base is because it's supposed to look like the magnetism of what keeps Magneto afloat. And we saw the little shield thing that he created in their X-Men 97 display for the Sentinels at Comic-Con.
Interesting.
So that's why it looks like those concentric rings like that, because I think it's supposed to be connected to Magneto. I don't know if that means it's going to be like a
deluxe or
maximum Magneto, because technically we have not gotten a villain in the Maximum series yet.
Nope.
And so doing Magneto and then having that little like magnetic shield thing that he does part of his deluxe thing, and it's just collapsible and you put it together and this is the base.
I'll tell you what, if they made that effect as part of some Maximum or some deluxe Magneto, it ain't shit else coming in the box. So
well, it would be soft goods cape. True. And then they would do the thing with the heads that they would mimic basically what Mafex did, where you have the helmeted that's by itself, you have the unhelmeted head, and then you would have the helmeted head inside, cloth, soft goods cape, and then they'd probably reuse some type of oh shit, you know what else? And you may know this better than me, Rick. This doesn't even have to be Maximum Magneto. That could be a base for Gamerverse Magneto.
Oh yeah, it could. It could.
Yep. Because he has the think about how we got those bases and everything that came with like
No, well, that makes sense because then it could be just a deluxe sort of like the Juggernaut on one of those other bigger figures. So that actually
remember how they did the pack in for the base for Wolverine's claw effect so that you could put the claws together and it had like a little base to hold it in place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the stream, they did show this premium roleplay Cyclops visor. So there was that. But yeah, let's breeze through just a couple of other things. This in art 1/6 scale Superman. Ed showed me this like yesterday or the day before. This shit looks amazing. I don't know what in art is doing, some type of like alchemy or sorcery or some shit over there.
Yeah,
too good, bro.
That you know, I have a thing about collecting stuff that looks this real. Like
it's a little creepy, right?
It's creepy. Yeah. Like I would be tripped out walking in my room and seeing Christopher Reeve just with that face.
I mean, when you have a bunch of other like Hot Toys and 1/6 scale stuff and it's all in your case and shit, then it's a little different. But like, yeah, just kind of like staring into the eyes of this figure is like, what the fuck?
Tales from the hood type shit. Like this he's a boogity.
Yeah, this shit looks too good, bro. Like it's too good. So yeah, there was that. I don't know what's happening here.
That's them crazy ass popcorn buckets.
Oh, that's what these are? Okay, all right.
Look, bro, just give me my fucking popcorn, please. Like this shit is getting out of hand, man. Like, do you know the sword is like the thing that you can drink out of, and it's like a cup.
It's like that meme, like, yo, just put my shit in the bag, bro.
Fries in the bag.
Just put my fries in the bag, man. Just put the popcorn in the bucket, dog.
No, like I don't want to. It's already like I'd be annoyed enough when I'm like eating popcorn in the theater, and you come out and you got like the butter stains on your shirt from just eating out of a regular bucket. I don't want to have to be in there fumbling in the dark
with some big ass,
reaching my hand in the Battle Cat's ass and shit.
Some shit like.
Bro, just put my fries in the bag, bro. Cut this shit out.
Funny. All right. There was this Revoltech Estelle Bright. I have no idea who this is. Rick, do you know?
No, this is from what's it called? I think this is from Tales series. Okay. I don't know this shit. Go. This is beyond me.
We've got Mezco 112 DC Red Sun Superman.
Coming back.
I'm confused.
Yeah, we thought this was a re-release, but this is different. It's kind of a re-release, but I think it comes with more hands. This was a more expensive Mezco figure, so this is a good re-release for sure.
You know what's funny?
It looks a little shitty to me, but all right.
He crazy. What's funny is if they were to retail Red Sun Superman now, he wouldn't have even had to land in Russia. He could have just landed here in America and then still ended up being Red Sun Superman. He just would have been MAGA Superman. Let that sink in.
Looks like ringside. Check out all of these Mattel WWE figures. This is a bunch of stuff that's coming.
Who are these people?
I don't know, but like I said, been saying for a couple of weeks now, Mattel is really about to heat up. Doing some of these female wrestlers is definitely the right move. I know they're going to be really
good. They showed a lot over this weekend. The most notable being Fanny Pack Rock. That was great.
Really?
Yeah, they made a figure for the fucking Fanny Pack and High Top Fade Rock.
With the turtleneck?
With the turtleneck and the Fanny Pack.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They're really out here. They're doing hella shit.
And one of the nastiest fits of all time.
Remember that year everybody was dressing up as him for Halloween?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Damn, bro.
Yo, how you like it's pretty wild, like in human history, to just have one of the nastiest fits ever. You know who else? Who else used to be like that too? Tim Duncan, man. Tim Duncan.
Oh, Tim
Oh,
Duncan was nasty.
yeah,
Had the biggest pants in the game.
brother. Tim Duncan was like in his 20s, but like dressed like a 50-year-old white man.
100%.
Like Tim Duncan, I'm like, how are you in the NBA and you rocking Nike Monarchs? Like,
Crazy.
what's wrong? What's wrong with you, bro?
Crazy.
Yeah, Tim Duncan
Oh,
was
man.
ahead of his time. He
Oh,
was like,
you know what? You know what's one of the things we could talk about too? We forgot is the full rollout for Revel Tech Batman Beyond.
Oh, that's
"Woo,
right.
let's
Oh,
And
get it."
and that price is crazy good, man.
They
I
released
don't
the
know.
price.
Dude, this thing is $80 on BBTS.
oh
It's up
shit.
right now.
Up right now, pre-order $80. Like this shit would normally be like 120, $130.
You know what? I might
$80.
cop this shit actually. It's kind of too
Yeah.
nice.
Rick, what are you doing? I just did this long ass speech today in the chat talking about how I need to be more fiscally responsible.
Yeah, this
Dude,
shit is kind of too nice.
this
Eighty
shit is
dollars is
nice, dog.
too good.
$80. We were out here speculating 120 last week. Egg on the face. They got the true retail pricing. That's literally just Japanese retail on BBTS. So
Right.
they must be an official distributor of Rebel Tech at this point
Gotta
because
be. Gotta be.
nothing else makes any sense for it to be that low. At $80, like there's really no reason to buy this in Japan.
So
Other
still up,
than you want it earlier, like there's no reason to buy it.
so
Yeah,
still up for pre-order though, right?
Yeah, still up for pre-order on BBTS right now. $79.99.
he looks too good
Crazy,
not
man.
to have. Like it's and you know, I have a love, I won't say love hate, but like a love, okay, fucking hate relationship with Rebel Tech. Um, because you really have to be like on top of your posing shit to make these be worth the money at 100 plus. But for $80, this is like, this looks, Terry looks good on this like toy system, this articulation system. So
Mhm.
I'm with it. I may cop this. Have they shown what he looks like from the back if you take out the hinged wings? Like, is he left with
No.
big assholes? Or I wonder if he's gonna come with some like pegs to plug those up.
But look at that, looks really smooth back there. You know what? Maybe he's on his Mayfex shit and he comes with a swap out back. I don't
Mm,
know. I can't tell, but look at that. Looks really smooth back there, right?
yeah, this is too good not to get, man. And I
Yeah.
love Terry McGinnis. Like I was just saying, we laughed when Kev was on here. What up, Kev? Saying and I said I wanted Terry McGinnis to be like in the main universe of
Yeah, you're
DC.
wilding for that. Batman now.
Batman now, Batman before.
You mean Batman?
Uh, but yeah, I like this a lot, and then this is a cop for $80. Make it happen.
Yeah,
Um,
this was great.
yeah, and then did Bill leave? What is the loadout for this? Because I see that does the Red Eyes head come with everything, or is that like some pre-order early bird type shit? Because
That is a Kyoto store exclusive. I
mm,
don't think that Big Bad Toy Store has that. Let me double check.
there was a
Let me
cat.
not put no fucking salt on their name without doing my due diligence here. Yeah, I don't see it on their thing. Um, still, it's
Yeah, and you know
not
what? I ain't even
absolutely
really tripping off
necessary.
the Red Eyes like that. Like, what?
Yeah,
Am I
what
bugging?
would
Did he have
yeah
red
would I
eyes like this?
would I like to have it? Yes. Do I need it? No, not really. I doubt I'd ever use it, so it's okay.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Yeah, this was
this
great.
is a must cop. And also for any execs at WB who will never see this or hear me say this, y'all were wiling for passing on making a Batman Beyond movie, like a live
Yeah,
action, and getting
fools, man.
Michael Keaton to come back and be old Bruce. Wow, y'all are wild
Yeah,
because
they're
I was,
they're absolutely tripping. Yeah, here's fucking what's his name? Boros? Yeah, from One Punch Man. This motherfucker looks big as hell.
that's Mecha
Um,
Blunt.
he got that big eye, that all-seeing eye, and he's a little bit more expensive because he's humongous.
Hmm.
I think he's really big, so he's 89.99.
Did you continue to watch One Punch Man?
Yeah, the animation's terrible.
Mm.
They switched studios because I think the studio they were using before, which was Bones, just had too much on their plate. So that was a shame. Oh yeah, the BBTS Blanca, the blue Blanca. That's the homie. You know, need that. You
Blue
got Blue
Blanca.
Blanca.
Yeah, I got no love for Blue Blanca. If Blanca not green, I don't want it. So
Damn.
it's also been easy for me to pass on all these player twos anyway, because once you once I don't know about you, but
Hmm.
I used to run people off Street Fighter. So if you are
Oh,
good, you don't
shit.
have to be player two because you're always player one because you'll never get off the sticks. So
Oh my god.
I don't
Yeah,
have affinity for any of those colors myself.
my player two stuff is all relegated to convention exclusives. So I have all of those, but all the ones from the stores, like if I don't see them, I just pass. I'm not
Mm.
wasting my time. Like,
I hated this color, so I'm definitely.
Yeah.
damn, y'all some blue
I'm
ass
just
haters
saying,
in here.
Blanca, it's such a hard pivot, bro. Like to go from being green and orange, those colors are iconic, and then all of a sudden he just burst out blue. They say this is no longer Blanca. That's like,
He's a primary color.
nah, that's like growth hormone Smurf. Like this dude is on the juice. Can we go back? Because what's my girl's name from My Hero Academia? Is this her first time having a figure? Rabbit Girl, go up.
Oh, Mirko? No, this is a re-release. She came out last year. She was going for a buku bucks. She was going for like 300 plus.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, because people love this girl
I
and
love
her
her.
thick
She's one
thighs.
of my favorite anime female protagonists. She is the shit, and she black.
Yeah, this is a re-release. So thankfully for that, people get another shot because this figure's resale price was criminal. It
Yeah.
was next level. Who
Did
the
you ever
fuck
go
could
back?
afford that?
Did you ever go back and watch MHA? Boog?
No, because I read it all. I read it all, so
Oh, I
I
didn't
didn't
know
want
that
to watch it.
you had not watched it.
I watched up until season 4 or something, and then I just gave up. I was like, I can't watch this shit no more.
Because what 5 was the last season, right?
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this no more.
Season 4 was probably one of my favorite seasons of an anime because I really ended up liking Bakugo. Like I love that character. He was amazing to me, and his arc was really good. He was handled really well.
Yeah,
Some good old Knight Rider. Is this ramen toys?
yeah, it's those Raymond fellas.
What do you guys think of this?
This was not my era.
Yeah, I was about to say this is before your time. You don't even know who this is.
Yeah, I mean, I know him because my dad would always watch like reruns that were like on TBS or somewhere random, but like not enough for me to be like, oh man, I need this shit. Like,
Yeah, Knight Rider. I don't need this, but Knight Rider was a big part of my childhood growing up.
mhm.
I used to always wish that my car could talk like Kit. Um,
Mr. Feeney.
yeah, Mr. Feeney. But you know what's crazy? I'm sure someone has done this. Somebody in the chat let us know. You know how you can have your car's GPS talk? And then they did
Mhm.
like there was a time when they were doing like all these celebrity partnerships where like Samuel L. Jackson once upon a time had done something with Waze and he could be like the voice of your GPS. Has
Mhm.
they ever circle back and get Mr. Feeney to do the voice for a GPS so
That
that
would
you
be
can
genius.
have your car sound like Kit from Knight Rider?
That'd be so smart.
That would be
That would be genius, but yeah.
yeah. Or
This is officially licensed, by the way. This is obviously it's officially licensed because it says Knight Rider. But yeah.
Yeah, and they have like the Shout Factory
yeah.
logo or whatever. And
I mean, Ace pivoted. I know that you guys may not like collect any of the ramen toy stuff, but
yes, sir.
I'm a I respect Ace and his business sense because when he kind of got slapped on the wrist for doing the Maverick shit from Top Gun and he had to like pull it and pivot, he just was like, okay, well, fuck it then. I'm not going to do it this way. I'm going to actually reach out and make relationships with these companies and try to get these licenses the right way. And it's been kind of fruitful for him. So shout out to Ramen Toys, shout out to Ace. I have some of their products, and I think that Ramen makes a quality product. Did you know that they're redoing that van? Remember how you said everybody looked hella small in the van?
Yeah, they look goofy as hell in that shit.
Well, he's going back and he fixed the sizes and they're redoing them. It sucks for anybody who's a first adapter and bought the first releases, but they are going to fix the scaling issues so that they look better with 6-inch scaled figures.
I was just gonna say I love the fact that he's going back and fixing stuff, but that really fucking sucks for anybody that bought them already.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
he was doing some what is it called where like you release some shit to get like feedback from consumers and then you go back and fix it and make the
Oh
real
yeah, fuck, what the hell is his name? Not
product
R&D.
testing or some shit.
Product testing. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Boog, did you used to watch Knight Rider growing up?
You know what? I did kind of begrudgingly. My brother loved Knight Rider because my brother loves cars in general, and I have always been like indifferent. I guess is the right word about cars and shit. Like I'm not a typical dude when it comes to that type of shit. I don't care about cars at all, and so yeah, I would watch it over his shoulder, but I didn't love the show.
Michael Knight.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they have not attempted. I know that he's had a couple of different TV show relaunches, like they did Knight Rider 2000 or some shit, and then I think they did a show where, or was that no, that was another show just called
Knight Rider had a TV show like in the peak of Arrow's run on CW, I think, that didn't do well. Am I
Yeah,
tripping?
it was like Knight Rider Force or some shit because it was a team of different Knight Riders. Like there was a pickup truck,
Yeah.
there was a motorcycle. It was crazy. But I'm surprised they've never done like a Knight Rider movie remake like now with a big name actor. And they would probably do some dumb shit like have Kevin Hart as the voice of Kit or something.
Hey, Michael.
Yo,
Hey,
you and your impersonations be hitting. For like a split second, that threw me off.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can see that shit. Like I can see them doing a live action. But you know what they should do? They
Don't
should.
say that. They'll cast fucking Rock as Michael Knight.
Oh, they would 100%.
And Kevin is the car, and Rock is the
and Rock is
guy.
Michael Knight. Like but you know what they should do? If they were to do it, they should do a live action Knight Rider in the same vein of how they did live action 21 Jump Street. And make the shit
that's so good. Yeah.
And
21 Jump Street was great.
21 Jump Street was great because they like laughed. It was tongue in cheek, right? And so I think Knight Rider, if it was like you were in on the joke and it's like a comedy, or you know who would be fucking funny as Michael Knight? Will Ferrell, bro.
Will Ferrell would be good. Kind of like a goofy.
Yeah.
I mean, in the other guys, he was good.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like in the other guys, he was good because he was like Gator and have him doing like undercover shit. Like that could pop. That could really pop. All right. Well, anyway,
I didn't know Brian said that they've been trying to do this, but it's not been successful.
I mean, the audience I don't think is there because the novelty of a talking car is worn off to kids my kids' age because all fucking cars talk now. So
yeah, it's not some crazy amazing thing. Like I mean, the fact that it could do a bunch of little crazy has gadgets and whatnot, and has like fucking slippery dips or whatever the hell, that's cool, I guess. But
there's a car in China right now that can do all of that shit stock right off the sales.
And they don't let us have them. And I bet you that those cars are all less than $20,000.
So maybe the window for Knight Rider has passed because technology has lapped it and there's no need anymore. Speaking of movies, really quick, did you guys see the new trailer for Street Fighter?
Oh yeah, I did peep it.
That movie looks so fun.
It does look very fun. Very
fun. I'm excited for that one. Again, something that they're doing the right way because it's like they're not taking themselves too serious. And I actually love both castings of Ryu and Ken. Like that shit hits. I also think it's the right move to, I guess, tell the story through the POV of Ryu and Ken, or to have Chun-Li what it looks like to be on some Nick Fury shit where she's the one who's gathering everybody or whatever. So far so good.
I like it, man. It looks fun. Shout out to whoever the fuck it was that first found out that they have a little callback. There's like a picture of Ryu and Ken from back in the day hanging out, and they're dressed exactly like homeboys from the fucking 90s movie where they have like those crazy ass clothing. Yeah, that was funny as hell.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. And now that we've seen it a little bit longer, Rick, I 100% think that is supposed to be like a spoof on El Muerto.
El Fuerte, that's gotta be him.
Yeah.
How they make my boy fat? I mean, I'm fat, so I got love for fat people, but that's crazy. They made my boy fat and
I think it's because that in the Street Fighter community, people don't like El Fuerte. So I think he's supposed to be like, I guess they're trying to make him like the new Dan, where he's like a joke character. And it also looks like Dan and Ken are going to be like friends in this, based from the trailer. That's what it looks like. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
and you know maybe this is why they cast what's his name, because it looks like he's not going to fight for shit.
Who? Oh,
Dan.
Dan. What's his Schwartz or whatever?
Yeah, fucking what's his name?
I don't know.
Goofy ass comedian. I forget his name.
Is it Daniel Schwartz? Something
No,
like that.
I forget his name. Let's see what's his name.
Oh, shout out to Taco. I saw his little video with talking about the SHF Spider-Man. A lot of people have been shitting on this figure recently, huh?
Oh, which one?
One?
Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
one on the
shitty.
screen
Yeah.
right now.
Look,
Yeah,
a
they
lot
have
a
absolutely.
lot of people been shitting on that shitty figure.
Yeah.
It's not great. Go back, scroll
Andrew
back.
Schultz, that's his name, Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz. Look at this. Look at him just next to. He looks crazy.
I mean,
that looks crazy.
I forget who it was. Maybe it was Vince that said it best. This thing looks like it's supposed to be from the game and nowhere else. Anybody that thought they were going to buy this and put this in some sort of comic situation was lying to themselves, because this thing looks like it's for the game and nothing else.
Rick, but when you have all these segmented lines, if you know what, if I would have never seen this and you would have been like, "Hey D, check out this new blocky Spider-Man," I would have been like, "Oh, cool." Because to me, when I think of blockies and all those segmented lines and how the things are put together, this is what it looks like. Never in a million years would I have just looked at this off the strength and thought that this was a figure arts figure. It's just too overly engineered, bro. It looks crazy.
Yeah, you know, somebody came on to, I don't remember if it was the Toy Migos or if it was our show on Wednesdays, Best and Worst, with on Toying Around's channel with me and Chamba and Kevin. But somebody came onto the podcast and was shitting on it. I don't remember. I can't remember where it was, but Chamba had a good point. And I agree with him. This thing does every single pose from the game, and what more can you ask for from a figure than to do the exact poses from the game that it's referencing? I mean, I think it needs more. I seen Taco's video where that ab crunch is fucking whack. But I mean, what can I argue when he has a good point? It does everything from the game perfectly. Like, it does do it. It does do it. But I wish it had more. I do wish it had more, and for that price, it should have, for sure.
I just want it to look.
It ain't cheap.
I wish it would have just looked cleaner, especially to be a Spider-Man. To be Spider-Man, I just wish the lines were cleaner and he wasn't so like Lego-y. It just looks weird.
I mean, I don't think this is crazy to say for us because we say it all the time. But Bandai gets really caught up in over-engineering all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with them. They get in like their own head and want to recreate the wheel every single time. And although that's commendable, and I like that they're looking to push the envelope, because a lot of companies don't, like Mayfex doesn't, Keeping It Real, Marvel Legends really don't, you know.
Oh, sure.
And they do, and they try, but man, when they miss, it's an ugly miss.
It misses. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an expensive miss.
Yeah. But did you end up getting that Spider-Man? Did you like it?
No, I haven't gotten it yet. I'm waiting for the American release.
All right, for sure.
Oh wait, we're supposed to have a quick comic segment today before.
Yeah, let's do that. And
Brian, are you there? I know he's in the comments, but are you in backstage, Brian?
Comics.
I sent everybody in the chat. I sent the books of this week and the books of next week. It's 5 and 5. We'll be lightning round out of here.
Boom. Did you send any pics in this week? Did you
share? Like features?
Rick pics.
No, I did not get a chance to do features like a doofus this week. That's on me. That's on me.
I was too busy this week I honestly did not get a chance to go on A.C.B.A. on the Insta or Facebook one time this week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, mine was just completely thinking about this comic segment that it didn't even hit my mind until we started the show, and I was like, damn, man, I didn't look for pictures this week. Fuck.
Oh boy. Hey, Boog.
Yeah. I think he's back there, Brian. I mean, Poncho, if you see it.
Hey, if somebody knows somebody who can help your boy, I'm trying to be more, as I said, trying to be more fiscally responsible. If somebody out there has a hookup to get your boy a discount on the Mayfex Jubilation Lee, holla at me.
She sold out everywhere or what?
I don't know. I just want to be cheap and not pay $100+ for her. But she looks amazing, and I love her.
Yeah, somebody got to have her around here for a good
Is
price.
this
She looks
Steve
really good though.
Hello,
There
can
he
you hear
is.
me? Can you guys hear me?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I
Cool,
hear you,
cool, cool.
Brian.
Brian,
What up?
how long have you been growing those luscious locks, brother? Damn, your hair looks great. I'm jealous.
Thank you. I don't know. I've had it for a minute, so.
Hair
Yeah, it's
look,
been a long time since I've known you.
yeah, man. You could be in like a fucking like Pantene commercial or something.
Oh,
Look at you.
Yeah, man.
Kill-
How many white women asked to touch your hair?
Oh,
Too many, if we're being honest.
yeah.
I'm so sorry to do this to you. I know that we're in the middle of a subway. Can I touch your hair?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's gonna be a no for me.
the amount of time that I have to witness that in person is just
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
it's
Yeah, that's crazy.
crazy. Oh
Um,
man. And there's always somebody that's looking at me like, you hear this shit? And I go, yeah, they're out here wilding and want to touch this motherfucker's hair.
Hey, B. Carter, as somebody who I know lives and breathes comic books, have you seen P's D-mention effects for his X-Men stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I follow Poncho, so yeah, I see him.
What do you
Oh,
think?
I follow him everywhere.
Honest opinion. What do you think?
I think they're dope. I like the Omega level threat because there are Omega level mutants. I'm not gonna lie, not the world's biggest X-Men reader. There's a lot of X-Men stuff.
All right, I'm logging off. I'm gonna see y'all.
I got my favorite one.
I can't have another one of y'all on here besmirching the children of the Atom, sir.
I read X-Men. I'm just not. I don't read everything X-Men.
Okay,
I love my Astonishing. I love Astonishing X-Men. I love a lot of the '80s stuff.
Yeah.
I like Krakoa.
Krakoa was nice.
Yeah, and they gave that up real fast.
Too fast.
Yeah, it makes me sick.
Like I don't
Real quick. Shameless plug. You mentioned it already. I think P is going to be launching these effects this weekend on his Instagram. So follow Pancheezy at Pancheezy on Instagram. PANCHEEZEY. And I am going to be copping a couple of these myself. Yeah, there's a few different versions of this particular effect. And obviously you can put it on the figure like this for this type of view. Or what I want to do actually too is have a couple of these and put them in front of the actual Sentinels too. But yeah, obviously you can see it's a printed quality effect. It's not paper. And yeah, these look really, really cool. And there's that. And then I think he's also doing these little like kind of eye beams too for the other Sentinels. So these look really, really good. So stay tuned to Pancho's Instagram for the official launch. But I think it may be tomorrow or at least by Sunday, the latest. But
yeah, let us know in the comments, Pancho, if we got the day wrong or anything.
If you put A.C.B.A. podcast as a code at checkout, you can pay a 15% increase.
Never been done before. Nobody's ever overpaid.
No discounts here, only increase. He's a new father. Give that man your money.
All right, let's talk comics. We got Brian on to give us the rundown on comics.
Carter.
We've been trying to do two things on the show. Consistently do highlights in terms of like toy photography, A.C.B.A, and also trying now to really dive deeper into comic books, into manga and stuff like that, which is most of the time is our inspiration for displaying. So a couple weeks ago we had Tayo on doing the comic book rundown. And this week we got B. Carter helping us out here. So where do you want to start?
Yeah, we have so the first 5 images are the books that like we read this week. We really wanted to read Alias, but we just did not get a chance to do it. That's been a cool book.
Been good. Alias Red Band.
Yeah, Alias Red Band. That's been good. Although Luke Cage is kind of a bitch, but it's okay.
Wait, where do we want to start? I'm sorry.
So the first 5 images are the books that we'd read that came out this week. So this is the new Titans, baby.
Yep. Okay. This is New Titans 34, the second issue of a new run with Tate Brownbow writing it, who's also doing a fantastic Batgirl run right now. That
Oh
came
my
with her
god,
original
that
run.
Batgirl run is so good.
Fantastic.
It's so good.
This is a new team, obviously New Titans, who are helping the old team break out of like a time loop, sort of like a simulation loop. And it's kind of, the first issue was really cool because it was just them playing on the jokes that the Titans have kind of been stuck in the same storylines for the past like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So this issue is them helping them break out, and then there's a big twist in it that if you read DCKO, that kind of ties into this. I don't want to spoil it.
Ooh, we don't read that. DCKO
Man,
sucks.
get back out of here! Get back out of here with that DCKO slander! Get out of here!
Sucks. Boo.
I've seen some highs and some lows come out of
Yeah,
DCKO.
it was alright. It was alright. Rick thinks it's just trash. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much it with New Titans. You know, new team with Stephanie Brown, Batgirl, Yara Flor, Wonder Girl, Red Devil, Tara's on this team for some reason.
Yeah,
and
even they don't know why
character.
she's there.
I love Tara.
I like her. I'm just like, if this is a new team, why are we putting Tara
An
here?
old
Like
person.
yeah.
That makes sense. Who's the leader of the? Is there a leader, like a definitive leader of the new team?
So in this issue, Stephanie Brown definitely was commanding them a little bit more, which is something that Terry Bromwell talked about in interviews. So he wanted to give Stephanie a bigger role, which makes sense because she hasn't really done anything in the past 10 years, if that. And then John Kitt, Superboy or Superman now, is also on the book, and he's pretty cool.
Seeing them call him Superman was very trippy. I was like, man, what the fuck's going on here? And they introduced a new character. I don't remember her name. What was her name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. She's brand new. They just introduced her like in the last page. We're like, what the fuck? Who's this?
But yeah, she can like phase through things. At least she did that to the main villain of that issue. Batgirl #2, which is by Greg Rucka and Danny. This is the second issue of this new run.
Says Batwoman.
Batwoman.
Yeah, Batwoman. My fault. Batwoman #2, which connects to Greg Rucka's or Rucka. I don't know how you say it because I've heard it both ways. The character connects to like his original Batwoman run called Elegy, which is a fantastic trade that I read recently. So if you read that, then this is pretty much like a direct follow-up to that. Really interesting so far. Up and down art, if I'm being honest. Like I think in certain pages
really
it's great.
Really
other pages it's a little iffy if I'm being honest. But overall, Danny. They just go by Danny. They only got one name, I guess.
Yeah, they have certain pages where it looks really good, and then there's some that look real dicey, man.
Yeah, not the greatest at times, but the story is strong enough to keep me reading it. Not Stephanie. Kate Kane does something in this book that was very shocking to me. As someone who recently read Elegy, again, don't want to spoil these books because I want you to read them.
In her hand, is that a grappling hook or is that a 9? What is she toting there?
I'm guessing in this cover it's a grappling hook, but Kate does use guns because she's ex-military, but they're not lethal rounds.
She got the blickies.
Nice. Yeah. So I like that.
Yep. Deathstroke the Terminator by Tony Fleeks.
Big Fleeks. Yeah, this book is
DiGermanico. He got a long last name. It's hard to say, but this is really good. This is fun. It's pretty much just all out action so far.
Yeah,
like, it's a super fast read, both issues.
Fast.
You're into that.
Yes. You said it the other night. This is like one of the fastest books I've ever read.
What's the premise? What do they got old Deathstroke doing here?
So he's been framed for a murder, and now like someone who we don't know yet is sending all of the assassins in the DC universe after him to kill him. So kind of like John Wick, if you read or if you watch those movies.
Got it.
It's a lot like those John Wick films. It's really cool. I'm hoping it slows down a little bit, allows for like quieter moments.
It's been fast paced.
It's fast. Man. Yeah, this one's all Rick.
My God! I cannot tell you how great this book is. However, I was telling Brian the other day he hasn't read it yet. At least I think he read the first issue.
Yeah, I read the first issue.
This book, if you don't fuck with the shows, you're not gonna like this book.
Really?
Because there's nothing but callbacks to both of the shows.
Interesting.
They like specifically like show you characters from the shows, like to the upteenth effect, and they never explain who they are. You're just supposed to know who they are. If you've never watched the shows, this book will probably not mean much to you. But man, if you love the shows, this is like such an incredible continuation of it almost. This has been a really good read. there was the 5th issue this week. Next month is going to be the final issue. I don't know how the hell they're going to wrap this book up, because there's still a lot of unanswered questions. 6th issue next week, so it's going to be a 6-issue thing. This is another book by Nicholas Draper Ivey. He's had his hand in a lot of Dakota stuff.
Yes.
So that's been great to see. The art is incredible in this book too. The art is fucking fantastic. This is an Elseworlds. I mean, you see the little emblem up at the top right. But if you fuck with Static the animated series, if you fuck with Batman Beyond the animated series, like this is a book for you. It's been great.
Can I ask in our current DC main timeline, what is Static's status? Like, I know right now they're dealing with Dakotaverse stuff, but why is it that Static is not an active comic in the world of DC? Like, why has Static never been on like the Teen Titans? Like, as you mentioned, like a new team.
That's more of like a rights thing. The way I understand it is that DC does not own Static, so whenever they want to use him, they have to license him out, which we don't know the specifics of the most recent Milestone DC deal, but that seems to still be the case. So DC could just simply be like, well, we don't want to pay you, so we're not going to use them.
Yeah. That's as much as we know. That we don't know the specifics, but that is definitely the case, that they have to pay every time they use him or anything that has to do with Milestone. And that's why they kind of tread lightly. Oddly enough, today we got the announcement from Variety and a bunch of other movie websites that Static Shock film is in development. I mean, hopefully they'll just call it Static.
Again, this is the second
Again,
time.
I know it's happened a million times. We had an announcement for a Dakota Universe film 5 years ago that never materialized or meant anything. So
DC to me is wilding, because to me, a lot of these roads always lead back to Miles Morales, but the fact that the world embraced Miles Morales the way that they did, when so many people talk shit initially about him just being like token Spider-Man, or them trying to do woke Spider-Man, or whatever the fuck racist people say. But the fact that that character has transcended all of that, and he's no longer just like to me, Miles is the most popular of the Spider-Men behind Peter Parker. And
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
like we had Spider-Man 2099, Scarlet Spider, like all these different Spider-Men, but none of them have garnered the like commercial success or mainstream success that Miles has. All that to say, the fact that DC has had a character who essentially has like all the swag and personality and everything else like Miles Morales has in Virgil, in Static, and they've never capitalized on that, is a fucking atrocity, bro. Like it's
I agree. You're cooking right now, Walton. You're cooking.
It just doesn't make sense. So you would think that once the like first Spider-Verse movie came out, that DC would have been like, okay, how do we replicate and capture that? And somebody would have raised their hand and been like, Static Shock.
Wasn't it after Spider-Verse came out that they did the Milestone Return stuff?
Yeah.
It didn't sell. It did not sell.
Really? God damn it.
Yeah.
And that ties back to that stupid ass pre-order thing.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't pre-order it. Like this book right here apparently is pre-ordering terribly.
Yeah.
Like, no one is reading this shit right now. Like,
it sucks, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it's a good book. If you're a fan of both the original animated series, like this is the fucking book for you, man. They do so many callbacks and so many. You remember this guy? Like you remember this dude? Like it's really fun, and the art is fantastic in it. People just they're not giving it the time of day. I don't know.
Hopefully, though, we get more Milestone stuff soon. The Dakota incident kind of opened the door for that.
Yeah.
But DC had no plans after that. So.
I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that this is supposed to be just like a one-shot thing.
Yep.
But the attention and like the love for it has been so high that they're doing that dangly shit where they're like, well, there's a possibility of more if the book sells.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard that from people who are much closer to DC than I am, that they hear the noise about what's going on right now with Milestone and everything. So hopefully we get something at San Diego. Fingers crossed.
That's the hope.
Yeah, we'll see. We've never gotten this version of a Static figure before, huh?
No, we barely get Static figures as is.
We've had a few. Like we had the Icons one, and
Yep.
then we have there's another
2
one
from Todd, and that's it.
That's crazy.
And then the Todd one is on discount, I think, right now. The one where he looks like the beginning of Rebirth of Cool.
Yeah.
Look.
On discount where? Like at brick and mortar or online?
On his site. It was a Todd Father website exclusive. You could find it for like 23 something on his site, and I think the original price was $30. So
no, Todd makes some weird choices though. I don't know why he made that New 52 static. That run is trash.
He's out of his mind. Out of his mind.
Todd be on like straight coke benders and be like, "You get a figure. You get a figure. You get a figure."
And I gotta respect it though. He gave us more milestone figures than Mattel ever did. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah, he made 2 versions of Icon, 2 versions of Static. Like he was on it.
Do you think we'll get a Rocket?
Oh
at this
my
point,
god,
I don't know.
that would be the dream. Close it out with a Rocket. Oh my god!
But if you do Rocket, then you got to do hardware too, right?
You got to do hardware finish out the
Don't get me excited. Don't get me excited. Okay.
All right, let's talk about this absolute.
This is also all Rick. I'm not a huge Absolute Batman fan. I think it's okay.
I am
Absolute Batman.
I started it. It's just not for me, bro. It's not for me.
He's more of an Absolute Wonder Woman fan, which is
I do love Absolute Wonder Woman.
Absolute Wonder Woman is fire.
It's a fucking amazing book.
Probably the best that Wonder Woman has ever been, in my opinion. Absolute fire.
Yeah, just so good. So this week on Absolute Batman, it's just a lot of setup. I know a lot of people I saw online were hyping this book up, saying it was crazy this week. A lot did not happen. We got a lot of setup. We've seen an intro of a lot of new characters, the Robins, Deathstroke, and of course, Scarecrow. So we see a lot of that happening. Scarecrow seems like a fucking nightmare.
Everything in this universe.
Everything in this damn book is a nightmare. This Scarecrow seems insane. A lot happened and a lot didn't happen. Like I said, it was a lot of intro, a lot of a lot of pieces being moved. So next issue is probably going to be a really big one with like confrontations and interactions and whatnot. But in this book, there was really little of that. We just got a big explanation of what the Robins are.
I'm behind. So stay a little spoiler. I'm behind.
Absolutely. Yeah. We just seen a very small intro of what they're supposed to be, and of Scarecrow right here. Like we barely see Scarecrow.
Yeah.
So this is a lot of setup, this book, but it was good. Great art as always. Yeah.
Brian, I'm genuinely shocked that you aren't enjoying this, because Snyder is probably one of my favorite Batman writers, authors.
Oh, I agree. New 52 Batman is my favorite Batman run. But
wait, say that again.
New 52 Batman is my favorite Batman run. Core House is my favorite Batman story. But I'm probably gonna give this another chance. Maybe I was just a little I was expecting something different when I first read it.
Fair.
But you say Robins, and I'm in. I love Batman and Robin, so I'm going to read those issues at least.
What who's doing the art on Absolute Batman again?
I believe this art. This is Dragotta, right? Rick, he's back.
Yeah, this is Nick Dragotta. Yeah,
that has villain artists on all the X-Men books.
Got it.
Yeah.
Please, Boog, go back and read at least the first series of Absolute Batman. That shit is. When I tell you, this is probably one of the best iterations.
Why do you say go back and read it? Like I thought this was fairly new.
This is issue 19. So
Huh?
This is issue 19.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been such a good read, man. And when I tell you this shit is like scary, I don't want to say scary, but the shit is like gruesome. It's dark.
This shit is fucked up.
Okay.
It's dark.
This shit is fucked up.
And I feel like I as I've gotten older, Batman is in that category of characters who I used to love when I was like younger. And now I've kind of become like a little jaded toward them because just the shit they have them do. Like Wolverine is another character I've become jaded toward. But Absolute Batman is like, to me, is like Batman in his purest form, because it's very street level kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. It's fantastical, but it's
Let
still.
me ask y'all this. Is he, in terms of his like power set, he's not powered up or anything, right? That he's just
a guy.
He's just a big motherfucker. He's just big as hell.
You know what it has feelings of? It has feelings of this may be an interesting way to describe it. Imagine how Batman was in The Dark Knight Returns, but young.
I could see that.
But young.
Yeah.
All the grittiness, all of like him realizing that he's old and not in the prime shape of what he used to be. So therefore he has to be more resourceful to do the Batman shit that he used to do in his youth.
Right.
Take that same mentality and apply it to a young Batman who doesn't have like this nigga ain't hanging out with the Justice League and he's not fighting Darkseid. Like this
got it. Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, he's big as shit. I think his height is 7'2".
I thought he was 6'9".
What?
He's big as fuck.
He's
really
huge.
tall.
He's huge.
Yeah, he's
Which
huge.
is funny because Wonder Woman is taller than him in this universe still, so she's even bigger than him.
Huge, but he's so big because he's like
Amazonian or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's so big because this Bruce Wayne is not rich. He's a working class construction worker.
Okay,
Got it.
You're right. He's listed in the book as 6'9", 420 pounds of pure fucking muscle.
That's right.
There are things I like about this book, even though I haven't kept up with it. I do like that aspect of him not being rich. It's just I don't know. I feel like this book gets a little too extreme at times. So I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing.
I can see that how it can be a little extreme, but I think they're making it's interesting. It's a very interesting and to me like palate cleansing take on the Batman.
Yeah.
But if you want to read,
if
you want to read current continuity Batman, Matt Fraction's run is really good so far.
He's also a really good writer. I'm a fan of Matt Fraction. So
yeah.
Speaking of Absolute,
this book right here, this is the best Absolute title on shelves.
Yeah.
Continuing the current Absolute run on Wonder Woman, we've introduced Giovanni Zatara and Zatanna. So Diana right now is fighting Giovanni. And this is the Troika lasso, which is a new lasso. And we're going to see its abilities in the next issue. I think she has 3. And we've already seen what 2 of them do. So this is the 3rd one.
Bro, I'm actually further behind on Absolute Wonder Woman than I am on Absolute Batman.
You're into some good shit.
But it's okay because I like reading them in chunks and not having to wait week to week.
I get that way too. I get like that a lot with Absolute. Like I just wanted to build up a little bit, like 4 issues, and then I start up again.
Yeah, dude. You know what vibes I get from this version of Diana is kind of like I feel like she may be like semi-inspired by like Kratos or some shit.
Oh, for sure. I can see that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like she's done so. There to me, there's never been a better iteration of Wonder Woman ever. Like I wish that this is how she was in the main books because I much prefer this version of her and her backstory and everything else than what we have in the mains. It's just more intriguing as a character and adds more depth to me.
What I love about this book is this book just feels like a Wonder Woman book, but with like a slight twist. Like Absolute Batman is a very different thing than main Batman. Green Lantern is super different. Flash is not, just kind of makes it boring.
Martian Manhunter is completely different. Yeah.
But like,
that one I had a hard time latching on to.
I love that book.
It's pretty out there.
It is out there. It is out there.
It was also trippy. I'm like, I feel like this shit should come with like a pack of psilocybin or some mushrooms or something.
It's got to come with some LSD. Like
right? Because the art style is so crazy in those books. But I did like Absolute Flash, though. That was dope.
That was cool. I need to keep reading that one. I need to get back into Superman. That first arc was kind of boring. Like the stuff on Krypton was cool, but I really like the stuff on Krypton.
Yes, I told my boy Matthew, shout out to Matthew. I told him the same shit that when he got to Earth, that's when the book fell off to me.
Yeah, it's okay, but
it just wasn't as interesting as. And you know what? That's the other thing. Out of the Trinity, his book was the weakest.
I can rock with that.
Yeah, but I need to circle back to it too because I finished that first arc, but now I haven't read anything after they resolved like the first arc of the Superman.
I hear it gets really good, so I'm gonna check back in.
Okay.
But yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman is so good because like the core of Diana is still there. Her being like compassionate and everything, and caring about people and believing in truth. But she's also like a witch from hell now, so it's a little different. And this is better than the current ongoing Wonder Woman book in the main universe. Tom King's run is not hitting, but
it is not it. Beautiful. What's the next one?
Oh,
Oh my god, the Flash.
this is the second issue of Ryan North and Gavin Guidry. I don't know how you say his name. Guidry.
Yeah,
Their run on the Flash. This is issue 32. This is just a fun book.
yeah,
Like
this is really fun.
people now can like get paid to be saved by the Flash. Wally did not agree to this. Someone else is doing this for. Someone else is doing this. So like people are like pretty much putting them in situations where they could die, and he's having to save these people. He's struggling with like it's the right thing to save people, but like people really shouldn't be putting themselves in harm's way. And then like he was on the news last issue, and he was like, "Hey, don't do that." And they're like, "Why? Are you not going to save us if we don't do it?" Like,
hilarious.
Yeah,
so
there's
he's
a
kind
guy
of like
that
he's kind of in a really tough situation. But it's a funny book. It's a fun book. Ryan North really knows what he's doing, and the art is fantastic.
Wally West as Flash is always going to be it for me, man. So
Yeah,
I am really enjoying this book. Oh hell yeah,
Wally's
that's my
Flash too.
Flash right there, dog.
Yeah.
Did you read the book that I was talking about last week? I forget which new book it is, but it's where they're talking about forming the new Justice League.
Oh, was that Absolute Evil?
No. This was like current. This
Oh,
is like,
you mean Justice League Unlimited? Yeah,
yeah.
I'm reading that book.
That shit was fun when they were going through all the different like personnel, and then they got to Wally as the Flash, and they were like, Wally has more than proved himself time and time again. And then they were like, yeah, but he's young and blah blah blah. If you haven't read that, Rick, you should read it, because I love moments like that where we get to see like the inner workings of the Trinity, and just hearing them give their opinions about the other members of the league and who should be in this new iteration, but while also having their own like intrapersonal issues with one another and how they are and their personalities, was a really good read.
Yeah, it is on the list. It was funny because I was just telling Brian last night, like I'd read so much on Wednesday and I wanted to read Unlimited that night, but I was reading so fucking much. I mean, I can't fucking read this. But that is on the list. And I know it does operate similarly to Justice League Unlimited, the cartoon. In a way where we see a lot of different members and their interactions, and that is, it's high on my list. It's next to read for sure.
I like what you guys were talking about in this book. This is very modern. This is
a
very
it's crazy. It's
modern way of looking at Gen Z, and like this is the internet age and just shit that would absolutely happen if we had.
And that's why there's all these kids in front of the train. Some guy just came out and said, "I'll give you $1,000 if you can selfie yourself every time a Flash saves you from dying." And these people just start doing the fucking most, trying to get paid.
That's a pretty genius take on this thing.
Yeah,
crazy.
And it's like Brian said, they called his bluff. They said, "What are you going to do? Not save us?" And he's like, "No, I'm going to save you." And he's like, "Then why would we stop? We're going to get $1,000. Like, why would we stop?"
That's actually dark as fuck when you think about it, because the pressure that puts on you as a hero, because there's literally no days off now.
Yeah. He has to save everyone at every fucking point in time. Look at these little ass kids. It's crazy. This book is so good.
I'm kind of hoping there's a moment where he misses someone because he can't save everyone. And how does the press attack him for that? Because normally Central City, Keystone City, whatever you want to do with Wally, they typically love their flashes. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see. Like you mess up one time and they get flipped, which is also realistic.
You know,
I like that.
Go ahead, Bud.
No. I was just saying I like that a lot. It's cool.
Yeah, I like that concept. I didn't know about that book, but I like that concept.
Yeah, it's only 2 issues in. Very easy to get into. It's brand new.
Yeah.
So.
Something that you guys are making me realize, brothers, is question mark. Is James Gunn fucking up right now?
I mean,
in what way?
Well, in the way of, dude, and this has always been my biggest critique of DC. DC does not have the parameters that Disney and Marvel have to work around in terms of the rights of their characters. So given the amount of content that we've gotten from the DC universe, whether you're talking about Snyder, whether you're talking about James Gunn, and the fact that they have their entire sandbox to play in, where the fuck is all the content? Like, realistically, we've gotten 2 seasons of Peacemaker, 1 season of Creature Commandos, a Superman movie.
Supergirl is on the way.
but it's not out yet. But it is on the way.
Next month, I think, right?
So that's 4 pieces of like content when you have access to an entire universe. And James Gunn has been at the helm since Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's strange, especially when he has the ultimate out. He lets himself do these animated movies as a part of the universe. So it is very strange that you don't at least have that quicker, less expensive way out of doing these animated supplemental films or series, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I don't know if he's being hogtied. I was told that he had carte blanche.
Yeah, I could give him like a mild pass on 2023 because he still had to let all that old stuff come out, like Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, The Flash
He had to
come out.
He had to play pretend that he was going to keep them, so people would go watch it.
Yeah, but
and it didn't help. People didn't watch it for shit.
But I don't put any of that stuff on him. So that's what I'm saying. Under his helming of the DCU, because this is the other thing when I say, is he fucking up? Why do all things have to have his fingerprint on it in terms of his involvement in it? If his role is supposed to be the Kevin Feige of DC, why isn't he outsourcing a bunch of this shit so that there are multiple things being worked on at the same time across multiple talented directors and writers and everything else? Like, why do all roads have to lead through James Gunn for something to be released?
I think it's kind of like how we saw recently with the MCU is there is such a thing as getting too big, because the reason a lot of the MCU movies have kind of fluctuated in quality lately is Kevin Feige was just stretched too thin. He couldn't quality control everything. So maybe that's what James is worried about right now. I agree, though. I do think we need more stuff. Like, y'all say you're going to do that Blue Beetle animated series like 2 years ago, and it hasn't happened yet.
And we don't even have an update. Like, not happening yet or not released yet, understandable. But we have they act like they never said it. They act like it was never said.
Well, last time I heard something, they said, it's on the way, trust us. I'm like, okay, I trust you, but...
And to your point, Wrestling Hound, in the comments, you're like, bruh, they just started the universe, but they didn't. Because time has been timing, bro. Peacemaker Season 1 came out in 2022. So that means Peacemaker...
Well, that was before he took over DC, though. Peacemaker Season 1 is a carryover.
Yeah, but listen to what I'm saying, though. This is before he took over DC. So that means in order for Peacemaker Season 1 to come out, he worked on that, then came back and did Guardians of the Galaxy. So that means he's been working with DC independently since like 2020, 2021.
Yeah, because the Suicide Squad came out. So yeah, he's been in the family for a minute. But
that's what I'm saying. So we're now in 2026 in Q2. So he's been at the helm over there, or been fucking with them for the past 6 years. So for us to only have under his watch, again, 1 season of Peacemaker, that if you want to take it there, technically was before he was at the helm. So now that means season 2 of Peacemaker, Superman, and Creature Commandos, which was an animated show. We've gotten 3 pieces of like work in 6 years. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Pattinson, like, anybody could say what they want, but Robert Pattinson himself came out and said, like, I want to do these films, but they don't do them. Like, I don't know what you guys want me to do, because people kept complaining to him, tagging him, like, when are we going to do another Batman? Like, and he's like, tell them, I'm waiting.
I think that's more on Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves takes a long time to do his movie.
Yeah, Matt Reeves
it's a shame.
But I don't mind waiting for Matt Reeves, because he's 2 for 2 in that universe, because Penguin is still one of the best properties that DC released. And the Batman exceeded everybody's expectations. Like,
I've rewatched that movie countless times.
I love that movie.
Fuck yeah. And I honestly think that people, the same way, if not worse, that people shit on Heath Ledger when he was originally cast as the Joker, people shit on Robert Pattinson even more.
Yeah, I think it's worse for. I think it was worse for him. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 1,000%.
The internet was bigger, and the Twilight movies were probably bigger than anything Heath had worked on.
Yeah, because remember, it was Brokeback Mountain that people were giving the Joker, that casting, a hard time for. And look, Heath Ledger's not even gay. This dude played a gay. Y'all are giving me a hard time for being cast as the Joker. I'm a fucking method actor, and y'all are giving me a hard time for playing a gay character and now being. People are stupid. People are stupid.
All right, y'all took us on a crazy detour.
Yeah, we were on a crazy tangent. Next week,
this is probably the biggest book of the week. Spider-Man, Superman, main story by Brad Meltzer and art by Pepe Larraz. I'm a big Pepe Larraz fan, especially from Avengers No Surrender, which is a great book that y'all should read. And his X-Men stuff. He did like a whole bunch of stuff during the House of X Krakoa stuff. So, and there's a lot of backup stories. Honestly, probably too many to name. There's a lot of them. So, like Dan Slott has one where it's like Golden Age Superman and Spider-Man Noir, which I'm really excited for. That was gonna be cool.
What's the premise behind this book though? Like how are we seeing these universes collide? What's going on here?
We don't know because when
they don't
Superman
explain.
Spider-Man came out, they just were in the same universe and they always have been.
Yeah, they acted like they were friends, like they were just always knew each other. It was
really
strange. Yeah.
Wasn't is Deadpool Batman connected to this same vibe? That was the thing, right? That's not a fever dream, is it?
That did happen. Yeah, that did happen. But even those two books, like each of them were like kind of connected. Like Deadpool hinted at him remembering the previous book, which was Deadpool Batman and Batman Deadpool. But Batman acted like he had never met this man before. So it depends on what the writer wants to do.
So do you think they'll do this with Wonder Woman? Will we get a Wonder Woman and somebody from Wonder Woman and Storm, maybe?
I'm really hoping they do, but considering she's been in 2 of these crossovers already as backups, I don't know. DC does not really care about Wonder Woman the same way they care about Batman and Superman, unfortunately. So I'm down for it. I'll read it, especially if Kelly Thompson writes it. I think it should be Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman, since Kelly Thompson has written both of those characters to great success.
Yeah. So, shout out Kelly Thompson.
Shout out Kelly Thompson. And then this is Superman 37, which is just continuing Superboy Prime being the main universe Superman right now, because Superman is missing from DCKO. So Superboy Prime is right now currently the main Superman. And it's really cool. He's like super self-referential. At first, I had no interest in Superboy Prime being a good guy because I know him from being a terrible person. So,
Does he have a different name? Does he have a different name as this Superman, or is that someone else I'm thinking of?
That's someone else, because his real name is Clark Kent. They obviously cannot call him that in this universe because Clark Kent already exists. So he doesn't have a name right now. He's just Superboy Prime.
All right.
And he's like self-referential, and it's cool. It's a good book. And then the Sentry is back again. They keep trying to make this dude work.
Poor Bob.
I'm thinking this time it's gonna work because the original creator is on it, Paul Jenkins. So this book is pretty cool. I read issue 1, and it's essentially Paul Jenkins said all that stuff that happened after I left. I don't care. I'm not touching. I'm not touching that. Because there was like a moment where he was like a Horseman for Darkseid, I think, and then there's like a Jeff Lemire miniseries that nobody talks about. Paul Jenkins said, "I ain't doing none of that stuff."
So where did things kick off in issue number 1? What are we dealing with? How's he back? What's happening?
They just say he was in space for a while and he's back.
But look, that has literally been almost like every time the Sentry comes back, it's just on some fuck shit. Like he had forgotten again, or he was off world somewhere.
I did kind of like when they were exploring that at first, of him like going out into space and like fighting, galactic level threats and like, uber powered other beings out in space and shit. So it kind of makes sense. But yeah. Okay.
I think the cool thing though is no one knows what he was doing in space, but obviously Robert knows what he did. He was the Void and was murking entire planets of people.
Ugh.
So
Crazy.
now he's back, kind of trying to like redeem himself, but the Void is also like super powerful now. So that's the writer. Robert is kind of like trying to put up this front, like, oh, everything's fine, everything's cool. I'm like the good guy Sentry again. But the Void keeps like inching its way back into him. It's really interesting.
Okay.
But you know I kind of dig that, and they can run with that, because what if this has been Bob's way to deal with his like inner demons, where he knows the Void is powerful, He knows he can't get rid of the void. So what he has done as like a consolation is he goes away and goes to the farthest reaches of the universe and just wows the fuck out and goes on like these benders and just lets the void terrorize on the other side of the cosmos and then comes back to Earth and fronts like he has the void under control and gets to play good guy hero. But on the other side of the fucking universe, they know him as a whole menace. It's kind of like he has a side family. He has the other side of the universe.
That's how it started. But like he then like threatens the Kingpin in this issue as the Void, and like the Void comes and like creates a tsunami, and then the Sentry comes in and saves all the people from the tsunami. Like,
okay,
yeah, it's an interesting book. Obviously, we're only one issue in so far.
Tell the Kingpin he kind of punching above his weight class a little bit.
Oh no, he pulled up on the Kingpin. Kingpin was just doing his own thing, and he said, "What's up?" And this was like, hey, I don't know you, man.
Yeah, what?
Hey, where's the bug guy? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Was this the last book in the series?
I believe so. I tried to only get it down to 5. There's a lot of books coming out next week, though, but I tried to only get it down
there's
to 5.
so many fucking books.
This is a lot of fun, man. Adding the comic chat to the podcast has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we way over time, so we getting out of here.
Oh my gosh. Look, y'all don't know.
Wait,
but
before we go,
this book, you be having these like elaborate date nights and shit with like olives and wine and using your frappuccino machine. Don't shake your head. No, you're a man.
Aged cheeses out there.
Yeah, you. Be
before we go, we did have 2 super chats.
Okay, cool.
Let's get it.
Okay, first was from Bo Biggs, the silence behind the violence himself.
Shout out to Bo Biggs, man.
What an
My
absolute
nigga,
legend.
Bo Biggs.
Always showing love, Bo Biggs. And during our comic segment, we had a super chat from our other comic correspondent, The Cold Front, who says the exaggerated swagger of a black teen, some say, when we were talking Static. Could you imagine? Tyree said White Guilt, the comic book. That's crazy.
Shit.
Oh man, yeah.
I like the Sentry. I love the Sentry. And shout out to Stephen Yoon for dropping out of Thunderbolts and playing that role. You, sir, did your
that would have sucked.
Service. Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been awful, and you'd have been dragged for it.
Yeah.
It would have been bad.
You played that right, sir.
Yeah. Thank God.
All right, Mr. Nice. You want to take us out of here? Thank you so much for coming on, Brian.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. That was
thanks for having me.
Very informative and well said.
Hell yeah.
What was you about to say, Rick?
Nothing. I said hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna try to continue doing these comic book segments and keeping up to date on stuff. Maybe we will do a throwback episode sometimes and or a throwback segment and talk about some things of the past, old stories that people want to read. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out this evening. Thanks for the super chats. Appreciate you, B, for coming on and giving us the rundown with the comics. And am I clear to get us out of here for real?
Yeah, Poncho.
I'm pretty sure he is plugged into the Astroverse, so he can get us out of here.
Like I said though, tomorrow or Sunday the latest, P will be putting up these effects that can go with your X-Men characters and your X-Men characters and your Sentinels, basically. So
don't forget to use code A.C.B.A. podcast
for nothing.
Extra 15% on. We on that next wave.
Extra 15% on.
Somebody in the chat called it the Ponchisi tariff.
Yeah.
Bigly.
The podcast got tariffs.
All right, we out of here. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there for notifications. And there's some new thing with what's it called? You hype up video or something?
I don't know what that is.
Young people are doing it.
I didn't even know until you told me, man. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
Go ahead and hype up the video. I think you get like 3 hypes a week or some shit. It's like we're playing you like a video game in this real world, man.
Not making the hypes exclusive. That's fun.
Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy.
Hey, make sure y'all tune in next week because it is going to be a very special, still not the 400th episode. So
Right.
Y'all make sure to catch
Return.
that shit. Hey, we do got something fun planned for the 400th, though. That's why we've been putting it off, and y'all are going to really enjoy it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, a lot of pieces in motion, you know.
Yes, yes.
All right, we out of here.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night. See y'all next Friday. Peace.
Goodbye, everyone.
It's always fun to say bye like 5 or 6 times, and then we never know if it's really the goodbye.
Yeah, and then we go, oh, wait a minute. We also forgot.
Oh, man. Hey, Pete, I know we were trying to get out of there. I have a question. Where is Blue Marvel right now?
That's a great question.
If
Al Ewing ain't writing him, no one.
That's crazy. So after the Ultimates, they were just done. Like, it was like, all right, we
Nah, he was in, he's still around. Like, I think he was in like a